Hello students, I'm going to review how we are using 3 different tints of the same hue. We're using a nice straight squared off brush so we can paint precisely a tiny amount of your hue or your color, smaller than your thumbnail, and then a little bit more white paint. So you start with your plain old hue, your plain old color, and you're going to paint that on the dark side of your cube. This is the darkest your cube is going to get. Notice I'm painting really slow and I'm using my brush kind of like if I were using a credit card or a piece of plastic to smear paint across a surface. So it's very slow and it's purposefully using that brush with just a little bit of paint to pull the paint across the paper in a smooth fashion. I only get a little bit more paint onto my brush. My paintbrush is not loaded with huge amounts of paint, just small amounts so I can control what I'm doing. Next, I'm going to use whatever paint is left on my brush. That's kind of the smallest amount I can get on a brush. And I'm going to mix that into my white. Now, since this is the lightest tint of my color that I can make, I'm going to go ahead and use this on the lightest part of my cube, which is the top. I thoroughly mix, and my brush does end up pretty globby with paint. What I'm going to do in my next application is I'm going to scrape some of the extra paint off. So I'm applying some paint as best as I can. And there I decide I'm going to scrape some excess paint off of my brush. And now I'm going to add in a little bit more pink. And I'm going to apply it onto my mid-range tint. That's the tint that's in the middle of the two others, the dark and the light.